Welcome to another edition of the Dementia Care Partner Talk Show. Now, here's dementia care expert Teepa Snow and your host, Greg Phelps.
Do you live outside the continental United States? Well, in 2024, Teepa Snow and members of the Positive Approach to Care team will be hosting events in Australia, Hawaii, Malaysia, the United Kingdom, and more. You don't want to miss seeing Teepa live, so to see if she's coming to a city near you, visit www.teepasnow.info/world and select your location. We hope to see you there.
Hello and welcome to Teepa Snow's Dementia Care Partners podcast. I'm your host, Greg Phelps, along with Teepa Snow. And Teepa, our topic today is volunteers. God bless them. And before someone says, what's volunteering got to do with dementia? I'll put in a good word here for most facilities who encourage volunteers to engage. But if you're interested, do you think the facilities actually take the time to give you a little training, or do they just turn you loose and say, go talk to Lucy? Well, Lucy don't like me.
Yeah. I mean, volunteers are a source of amazing opportunity, but only if they're prepared for interactions. So classically, what happens, volunteers sometimes are brought in and they're going to set up the bingo room. They're going to call bingo. They're going to bring Mary down once we show them how to do the wheelchair, and they're going to do this and they're going to do that, or they're going to bring they'll be there when we do the dog therapy. I mean, but do we actually train volunteers in anything other than company policies and the rules about private and those kind of things? No more than we train staff, actually, and often less. So, volunteers walk in with whatever they walk in with. And then we, classically, most places say, okay, here's the rules about being a volunteer. You can't do this, you can't do that. You can do this, you're not allowed to do that. You have to sign in, you have to sign out. We'll keep track of your hours. You have to wear this, you have to do. I mean, there's a lot of things that you go over, but it's not usually. So you're going to be working with some of our folks who have some cognitive change. So tell me a little bit about what you know about visual cueing and verbal support and sensory motor opportunities. I mean, that's not what happens. I'd love to say, that's standard protocol for volunteers. It's like, oh, you play the piano. Great. We would love to have you on Tuesdays. It's like, you play the piano. Tell me more about that. At church, are these familiar hymns? Oh, what faith community are you from? Oh, do you know any other musical sort of genre? I mean, oh, do you like to do more sing-along or you do instrumentals? How would you feel about having a partner on the piano with you?
I just had a flashback to Victoria, BC, when you and I and Charlene were there. And you were off somewhere else in the building, and I sat in on a musical appreciation thing with a volunteer on a guitar. And they had sent the volunteers out to round people up. And so they would come back with two and seat them, and then they would disappear. They'd be gone for a while. The two that they originally got were bored and got up and gone. And I just sat there and was laughing, and I felt so bad.
Refer that in the old days, I always refer this to herding the cats. So you herd cats in, but you don't have anything for the cats to do. And so the cats are like, I'm out of here. Because cats are like notoriously like curious creatures. But if you don't have something for them to investigate, why should they stay? And what's curious for me or interesting to me is they never put a volunteer like initiating something when folks come in. And so it's like, oh, I could use some help with picking some music. Here, we need to come up with some songs. I thought of a couple. What do you guys think of this? The Old Rugged Cross or In the Garden? You guys, what do you think of? Which one would you like us to start with? I mean, that's very different than, I'm waiting till they gather everybody so I can do my music.
I think my attention span was about 3 minutes, and then I was ready to get up and wander myself. So if you're going to get volunteers, you have to invest in them. Otherwise, they don't get the reward out of it. And why would I go back? So you had volunteers and you lost them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and we don't have that many. We need to value every single volunteer as though it was a nugget of gold, because essentially they are. If you treat them as though they have value and you bring more value and you put them in the right setting with the right care, volunteers are amazing resources that change people's lives, and their life is changed. And when that happens, we have this magical chemistry that leads people forward into service and gives everybody a sense of purpose and value. And one of the things I see totally disregarded is that people living with dementia can be volunteers. They're instead treated like cruise guests on a ship, and they're supposed to be, treated as though they're customers. And it's like, well, sometimes in their life, they've been volunteers, they've worked, they've had purpose. And you know what? That's what they deserve. They truly do deserve that. It's just it's just wrong.
You've pointed out in the past that after a few weeks on a cruise ship, it does get kind of boring, at least for some people. They're offering a year-long cruise, but
Yeah, nobody wants to live on vacation all the time. Even when we retire, as we age and we retire, most people are still looking for, what's my purpose now that I'm not working? Where's my purpose? And then some of us don't retire because we still find purpose in the work that we do. And some of us volunteer and do work because we're service oriented, and that's where we get our joy, and our sense of value. So,
so how do we offer skills to volunteers? Tipa's busy running around the world these days and doing all sorts of things. Have you got somebody that can sit down like we're doing on Zoom and give volunteers sort of a crash course in how to be useful?
yeah, we have that, but we also have community training, which is 6 individual short sessions that are designed to actually build your awareness, knowledge, and skill around this thing called dementia, so that it just kicks you off with a better appreciation of who you might be engaging with and interacting with. And what we have is we have that kit that you can get if you are the one that's, you know what, I'm going to be in charge of volunteers. I'd like to have something to offer them. And so what we have is this training thing. Yeah, they can get started, but boy, is it helpful to have that. We also have people, we can do a half-hour consult with somebody just to figure out what it is you're looking for and needing, and we can point you in the right direction. We have scholarships if needed for skill development, and we do have online opportunities for all kinds of webinars and content to make a difference for folks.
It's all about making a difference, isn't it?
Well, if you're a volunteer, it is.
Tipa, thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg.
You've been listening to Tipa Snow's Dementia Care Partners podcast. For more information, go to tipasnow.com.
Hi, I'm Tipa Snow, and you just found our YouTube channel and watched one of our videos. I'm the owner and founder of Positive Approach to Care. Thanks for watching, and if you have a comment about, or you would, please share it with people you know. Oh, and if you haven't yet done it, consider subscribing. We'll let you know when the next new video comes out. And you might want to visit our website, www.tipasnow.com, where you'll find other resources as well. See you there.